Hey, family, let's try this again. One more time. If it doesn't work this time, we're going to let it go, okay? So, welcome back to Messages in the Madness with yours truly, Vernon Longhorn Davis. I hope those of y'all that were connected are still there. Let me know if you're there or coming back to the broadcast because looked like I had some software issues this evening. So, if would figure just coming back, I was off last week and then I come back and my stuff's not working properly. So, how about that? But we're going to charge on through. So make sure, okay, thank you, Miss Coley. Can you see me now? Can you hear me now? Am I okay? Can anybody hear me? Send me a thumbs up, a like, a love, or something. Let me know that you can see me now. I'd greatly appreciate that. I let's see. I see you, Miss Coley, but so anyway, we're gonna get into the show tonight, okay? Well, tonight's show comes from a conversation that I had with my granddaughter. Conversation was really simple. Well, we got a bunch of grandkids, but my granddaughter is okay. You can see me now. Okay, great. Um, but the conversation I was having with my granddaughter was really simple. She was talking about something going on at school and some decisions that she had to make. And so I told her, I said, "Well, I'm gonna take you back to something that I'm gonna give you something that you don't know, but I hope you remember it." I said, "You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run." She goes, "What does that mean?" I said, "Well, it's old country. It's old country western song. It was written, performed by Kenny Rogers. Kenny Rogers, and he said, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money while you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing is done," which made a lot of sense. So that's why I brought this tonight because it stuck with me. And I've been thinking about it all week. Now, if you're a poker fan, you already know this isn't just about cards. This is a metaphor for life. So, grab a drink, sit back, and let's talk about mastering the art of letting go. Yeah, sometimes we got to let go or knowing when to hang on. It's not always a cut loose and run situation. Sometimes you just got to hold on just a little longer, and things will often turn the way that you need them to turn or the way you want them to turn. So, Brother James, how you doing? Hey, all the check-ins that checked in with me earlier, would you check in with me again now that we got the video working and everything? And again, we had to start this thing 3 times a night, which is odd. So I wanted to say shout out to, I was sending shout outs earlier and I was sending it to my granddaughter. Let me see, grandson. Two grandsons had birthdays here in the last past week. Daughter Amy, her birthday, and then Shanice graduating from college. I just say go, 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 go. I'm gonna ask y'all to say a prayer for one of our family members that's going through some changes right now. We got a couple of we got a couple of family members, yes, that's going through some things right now. So y'all send up a prayer for them as well, okay? While we adding people to our prayer list. How about that? So knowing when to hold, that's an important one. Knowing when to hold them. Yep, that's correct, Coley. The art of letting go. So this one's about commitment. Sometimes life throws you challenges, but deep down you know it's worth it. You know it's worth fighting for. In your heart, you believe it's worth fighting for. You know this. But this could be a relationship, a dream, a business. This could be a hobby. It could be a number of things. But at least you believe when to hold them. And knowing when to hold them is not a trick. And it's something that is kind of hard to do sometimes. But here's the thing. Holding doesn't mean blind loyalty. It means assessing the situation and asking yourself, is this adding value to my life or am I holding out for something that's no longer existing, that no longer exists? Is this something I can no longer have in my life? If there's a goal, is this a goal I cannot achieve or I do not see a way of achieving? This is about a oh, just think about a time when you were stuck. You're stuck with something and it paid off. I'm talking about moments when you're sweating bullets, doubting yourself, but you hang in there, and then boom, you reap the reward. What you was working for came true. What you wanted was what you were trying to accomplish happened, and you just had to hold on a little longer, just a little longer. You had to tie a knot in it and hang there, but hey, you tied the knot in it, and it happened, and it was worth it. I remember I saw a struggling comedian who refused to quit the grind. He refused to give up on comedy. One night we was at an open mic, and after the open mic, I would see him get rejected. At the open mic, after the open mic, trying to open shows, people rejection, rejection, rejection. And then one day, he did the right set with the right jokes in front of the right audience. Changed everything. That's holding on. And yeah, he's still a comic today. He's still a comedian today, and he's doing rather well. That's having faith in the process. That's having faith in yourself. That's holding on. That's what that is. That's what that is. So that's the knowing to hold them. And then knowing when to fold them is another thing. Hey, Annette, good to see you. Hey, Charlotte, good to see you as well. Thank y'all for stopping in. Knowing when to fold them. Let's keep it real. Sometimes holding on too long can hurt you. That's where folding comes in. Folding isn't about losing. It's about cutting your losses before you lose even more. Excuse me. Let me ask you something. Have you ever stayed in a relationship, a job, or a situation because you've already invested so much of you, your time, your energy, and you stayed. You told yourself, I've come too far to quit now. But deep down, deep inside of here, in your heart, you knew it wasn't working anymore. Yeah. The trick is knowing when the returns, emotional, financial, spiritual, just aren't worth it. It's not worth you putting any more time into it. Folding requires humility and courage. It really does. It's looking yourself in the mirror and saying, this isn't failure. This is me making room for something better. I'm gonna take all this that I've learned from what I've learned, and I'm gonna take it with me and move forward. I'm gonna fold for now. I'm gonna put these cards down because I'm not winning in the way that I think I should be winning. I don't see there being an outcome for this. Yeah, we back, cousin Barbara. I had to fold on business ideas. I've had to fold on jokes. I've had to fold on jobs. And it was tough. It really was tough. I poured time and money into it, but it just wasn't clicking. It just wasn't working. I wasn't getting out of it what I needed. So walking away was hard, but once I did it, it opened the doors to new opportunities. I had to walk away from friends in order for me to move forward. And they were friends, but we just weren't on the same path. Just being real. Yeah, James, sometimes we got to back up and punt. So it made room for other successes, for some new successes, for some new territory, for some new roads. It did. Folding was my win. Letting some things go was my win. and allowed me to move forward productively. So then you got knowing when to walk away. Walking away is different from folding. Okay. Folding is about ending something that's not serving you. Walking away is about stepping back from something that's toxic or harmful. People, places, things, animals, water, whatever. If it hurts you or is toxic, knowing when to walk away is not it's not losing. It's doing what you got to do to save you first. You got to put on your oxygen mask first. So think of a heated argument where you know no one's listening. Sometimes walking away is the most powerful move. Not every battle is worth fighting for real. So sometimes you got to walk away. And not every person deserves your energy. Understand that. Not everybody deserves to be in your face having a discussion about you and how you feel and what you want. Here's a little truth bomb for you. You don't owe anyone an explanation for protecting your peace. You don't. It's your peace. If you're in a situation where you're constantly drained, disrespected, or doubting your worth, it's time to lace up those walking shoes and hit the road. Matter of fact, you may just want to walk out the door with your shoes in your hand. You can put them on in the car, metaphorically speaking. I remember walking away from certain friendships, as I said before, that no longer aligned with who I was becoming. It wasn't easy, but every time I made that choice, my life got a little lighter and a little clearer. And I was able to see some things in a different light. I was able to see a new avenue, a new way to go. So it's important to know when to walk away, just as much as it's important to know when to hold them, when to fold them, and then figuring out when it's time to walk away. Now, knowing when to run is a whole different thing. Let's talk about running. When you got to grab your things and just get out of Dodge fast, you got to get up out of here. Deuces, you out. There are those fight or flight moments where your gut is screaming, this is not safe. Hey, baby sis, good to see you. Yeah, let's get this message. I was having some technical, for all of y'all that got back on, thank y'all for bearing with me through my technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on with this software. So maybe it's a job that's slowly killing your spirit. Maybe it's a relationship that's crossed boundaries one time too many. Or maybe it's a dream that turned into a nightmare because it cost you more than you bargained for. Running is not cowardice, it's survival. And sometimes survival requires speed. Let me give you an example. I once knew someone who left a high paying corporate job because it was destroying their mental health. They ran, not because they couldn't handle it, but because they valued their sanity more than their paycheck. Today, they're thriving in a career that aligns with their passion and purpose. Running saved their life. So don't let anyone tell you it's weak to protect yourself. That story, James says, to the rear double time. Watch! So you're right. And then says, message is loud and clear. Thank you. Thank y'all for talking to me tonight. Come here, I appreciate it. Um, so that story I just told you about the corporate job was me. I walked away from at the time, a very good paying job to pursue my dream of being a stand up comic. And I would not have left that job until one day the owner of the place got in my face. Now, mind y'all have met me. I'm 6'2" with boots on. I'm just 6 feet, but I'm about 6'1", 6'2" with boots on. This guy's about 5'5", 5'6". But he owned the place and he was paying me a check. And he got in my face one day. And I had worked with this man for 11 years. I helped to make him a millionaire. And I was almost ready to push him down a set of stairs. But the restraint in me said, you ain't got enough bail money for this. And you got children and grandchildren that are relying on you. So I formulated my plan. And 17 years ago, November, I packed my stuff up into my car and got my last paycheck and didn't go back. I didn't run. It was just time to go. Yeah, I ran. I guess you could say I did run. Although I called it walking away. But walking away usually is planned out. I ran because I was going to go to jail. I needed to protect my peace of mind. I needed to not do what my brain was, what some part of me, I don't know what it was telling me to do. But I calmed down and I was like, yeah, it's time for me to leave here. If I'm going to do this comedy thing, I'm going to do it or I'm going to let it go. And so I did. So there have been many times in my life when I've had to decide, know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, or just flat out run. There's been very few times when I've had to run. But we've all had or been in situations when we had to look at it at the situation we were in critically and decide what to do. Sometimes we were able to plan, but then sometimes we weren't. We just had to react. We just had to play it out. Sometimes we had to bide our time. Then sometimes we just had to run. And there's no shame in running. There's really not. So, my friends, next time you're faced with a tough situation, remember Kenny Rogers. Remember the wisdom from that song. Whether you hold, fold, walk, or run, the key is knowing yourself. You got to know you. You got to tune into your intuition, into your heart, your mind, your soul, your spirit. You got to weigh the pros and the cons and make the move that aligns with your purpose and your peace. Now, I don't really have any children that listen to this show. So we're all old enough to pretty much have figured out what our purpose in life is, what our peace is, and what our boundaries are. It's that simple. Because life isn't about winning every hand. You're not going to do it. And if you believe that you're going to win every hand, you're lying to yourself. It's about knowing how to play the game of life. And I know that people say, man, life is not a game. Well, I'm going to let you figure that one out for yourself. I'm gonna let you figure that one out for yourself. Life can be like a hand of poker or like a poker game. Sometimes you're gonna win every hand except for that one or two. Know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. It's paramount. So, and this one, I've had to take to heart. This show, I've had to take it to heart because I've been there. I've been in that situation. Well, Annette, life is a bunch of poker games like cancer. You're right. Okay, let's see if you're really listening. Longhorn has been fighting cancer since, well, all this year. So, Annette, you keep talking about it, and you're right. It's a poker game. But I'm not dying from mine. I'm living with it. One day we'll talk more in depth about it. But I'm fine. But I had to figure out in that situation, do I hold, fold, walk, or run? And when I was presented the situation, I ran. I went in for a doctor's appointment. Doctor's appointment said, hey, you got to do this. I said, yes, sir. We ran to that. And then the next doctor's appointment, we ran to that. And I'm here. Now, I'm nobody different. I'm nobody special. It happens. It happens to me. It happens to you. It happens to a million people a year. But you have to make decisions. Yes, Annette, you are a survivor. God bless you. Yes, you are. And we're happy that you're a survivor. So, I mean no disrespect by calling life a game. Yeah, we do care. You're right. We do care in that. And thank you. I'm not special. I'm so bright, my mama calls me son. But there's a lot more people than me that actually care on that. They're all around you. Even people that don't know you care about you. So there you go, Charlotte. They're winning. Well, I'm glad to hear that we can help you get to yours in that. So again, we're not going to go down this road about that tonight because I'm a man of faith. So I pray about it. I do what I'm asked. I do what I do what's suggested that I do to be here. I hold, I fold, I walk away. Sometimes I run. But I'm doing what I got to do. And I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm man, if I was any more blessed, it'd be two of me. But this wisdom came from time. Um, this came from time and learning and listening. Baby sis says, ever since my gyno doctor touched me inappropriately during my last exam, I've been hesitant to go back. But being cancer runs in our family, I need to get back on my yearly checkups because health is wealth. Yes, it is. Even if you got to find another doctor, get yourself checked out. Know your numbers. Find out what your numbers are. Keep up with your numbers. And do what it takes to keep you here. Do that. Now, I'm not trying to get off onto a whole different show. I'm just being real with you, okay? And baby girl, I love you too much. Baby sis, I do. I love you too much. Please find you another doctor and let's, see where you're at. So, all right, I'm going to close this up. I apologize for the technical difficulties. Um, Y'all, thank y'all for joining me tonight on Messages in the Madness. Hope this sparks something in you. I hope this sparks something in you, whether it's courage to hold on or the strength to let go. I hope you got something out of it. So, as I always say, God loves you. I love you. Thank you for saying that, baby sis. Now, get to it, okay? As Marvin Gaye said, you got to get to this. So, as I was saying, I love you. God loves you. Take care of yourself. Respect yourself. Take care of them kids. Respect our vets. Um, Hold on. Cody says somebody somewhere needs a madness message regarding what to do when people teach you the difference between being a family member and being just a mere relative and show you which side of the fence they're on. Wow. Um, Not touching that, Coley. Baby sis says, thanks for the meaningful message and words of encouragement. We all appreciate and love you too. I love you. I love y'all. I do. And I appreciate y'all. Like I said, it drove me nuts. I wasn't here last week to do the show. I was almost tempted to try to do it from the airplane, but I wasn't doing that. You can't do that. Baby sis says, wishing everyone a fabulous and productive week. Amen. Barbara said, it gives me courage to keep going. Those two words right there, Barbara. Keep going. Keep moving. One step at a time, day by day. Sometimes it's going to be minute by minute, but keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. So, as I was saying, as always, I'm Vernon Longhorn Davis, and I'll see y'all next week, same time, same place. Until then, keep playing the game like a pro. God bless y'all, and have a great and wonderful week. God bless y'all.